It's lasted a long time. We're glad it's over. It's 100% the way it should have been. I wish it could have gone a lot sooner, a lot quicker.
You heard him there, President Trump saying he wishes the Mueller report had been completed much sooner than it was. Presidential allies have been claiming vindication following the report's conclusions issued by Attorney General Will Barr.
But congressional Democrats are saying they want more information, especially on the obstruction of justice part of the investigation. While lawmakers push for the full report to be released, here in the Valley, people from both sides of the aisle are already drawing their own conclusions. Team 12's Michael Dowden is live for us in the Alert Center with what we're learning tonight. Michael?
Guys, no shock here. The opinions of the investigation have turned partisan. However, with the people I talked to today, almost everyone is ready to start moving on after 22 months of this Mueller investigation.
It was a complete and total exoneration.
President Trump claiming victory after a 4-page summary from the Trump-appointed Attorney General William Barr says the report found no collusion or enough evidence for an obstruction of justice charge. Now here in the Valley,
the Attorney General is a Trump stooge.
They should just close the books and move on.
Opinions are split. The same can be said for Arizona's Washington representation. Republicans like Representative Andy Biggs tweeting, quote, "It's a full exoneration," while Democrat Greg Stanton tweeting, quote, "I look forward to the Attorney General testifying before the House Judiciary."
I think that the whole report should be out so we can see it.
That would be all right.
Both Republicans and Democrats say they are fine with seeing more of the report. And last month, Senator Kyrsten Sinema telling 12 News she wouldn't mind seeing more of the report become public, with some exceptions.
Save those elements which refer to national security or of a classified nature.
How much of that report actually becomes public is still up in the air. But Arizona Republicans and Democrats hope that after 22 months, 2,800 subpoenas and more, that the talk around this Mueller report is almost at its end.
Everybody's spinning their wheels.
Sort of figured this would happen.
It was just much ado about nothing.
Yeah, personally, I just want to kind of move on.
And moving on may take some time, as there still are some steps before we really get to the end of this investigation. Now, you can hear more from our congressional delegation on 12news.com. We're live in the Alert Center. Michael Dowden, 12 News.